Suicide Squad issue 7 heads to Cord Industries, where Ted is told his jet awaits him. He asks his man about Task Force X, learning that they are still in the wind. He knows he told Locke that the revolutionaries were too volatile, and that the files that they stole will allow them to learn all about their operation and what he's building, which is now in jeopardy because of it. Ted says that it's a shame since he kind of liked the team, hearing one of them even stole Batman's car, which he finds objectively funny. He hopes that they don't know about the girl, and his man says that there was no digital record of the girl and she's awaiting him on the island in a cell. He tells his man to step up the hunt for the squad, wanting them to be taken down. Floyd meanwhile heads to his ex-wife's new home, knowing he's not meant to be there, but he's greeted by Zoe, who hugs her father, asking if he's okay, and for the first time in his life, Floyd Lawton thinks he will be. Later, while talking with Michelle, Floyd tells her that he's finally free and received a full pardon for his crimes. She finds that a little hard to believe considering his debt, and he turns the conversation to the new house, learning Michelle wanted to put the money that he sent her to good use and buy a better life for Zoe and herself. Floyd reveals that he thinks that he wants to stop his life, but doesn't know what else he's good at. But Michelle knows that he's really having a hard time choosing between murder or upskilling. Zoe comes back and wants to show him something, so going into her room, Floyd finds his daughter has been winning many awards at school, as well as designing her own hero costume, calling herself Lifeshot as she shows it off to her father, saying that she wants to be like Deadshot, only not kill anyone. Floyd knows that if her mother found out she would freak out as Michelle calls Floyd downstairs. Going down, Floyd finds that he, along with the revolutionaries and the remaining Suicide Squad, are all over the news, subject to a worldwide manhunt. Michelle calls Floyd a liar, but he says that he would never lie to her. He was pardoned, but he should have known that Cord wouldn't just let him walk away, and he regrets bringing it to her doorstep. Suddenly, the FBI knock on the door, demanding Floyd come out with his hands up. Zoe rushes down in her costume as Floyd opens his case, revealing his weapons, but instead of getting them, he decides to turn himself in. He reassures the men that their situation is under control, but they are still violent with him, pushing him onto the ground and kicking him in the face. Floyd tells himself to stay down and not react when suddenly Zoe fires an arrow at one of the men's leg, disabling him and telling them to leave her father alone. The SWAT team along with Floyd demand that she drop the bow as one of the trigger-happy SWAT members readies to fire. Floyd grabs his gun, disarming him before firing on the other men, reminding himself that his daughter is watching, so he can't murder the men. He disarms and subdues all of the men along with his daughter, whom he notes is a really good shot. One of the men fires at Zoe, who is teleported to safety thanks to the quick arrival of Wink, who in turn is grabbed by the air. They introduce themselves to Zoe, learning that it was Harley who sent them to get her, since Zoe is all Floyd ever talked about when he was with the squad. They reassure her that they are her father's friends, but Zoe doesn't think her father had friends, as the rest of the revolutionaries land in the front yard of the home. Finn tells the humans that Floyd is one of them, and they will not touch him as Deadly Six infects the men with greed, causing them all to run off. Zoe is returned to her father, telling him that she likes his friends. She asks if he's okay, but Lloyd knows that he isn't, since he trusted the pardon and it led to him letting his guard down, which almost cost his daughter her life. He knows that the government won't leave him alone, and he was an idiot for thinking that he could just walk away from all of this. Retrieving his weapons and costume, Deadshot suits up, knowing it's time to kill the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad issue 7 was yet another fantastic issue that further developed Floyd Lawton's new character arc while also introducing a possible new character in Lifeshot. I really adored Floyd getting to return to his family, and how despite thinking that it was all okay, there was still that doubt in his mind that he was finally free, since he's known no other life but the Suicide Squad and being an assassin, so he doesn't really know what to do with himself, which I really like. Watching Deadshot go to work on the FBI was lots of fun, and I like that this could be the start of a new type of Deadshot where he doesn't kill people, he only subdues them and kind of wounds them like he did throughout this issue. I'm really looking forward to where Lawton goes from here, since he seems completely fed up with all of the government as well as Ted Kord's game, so I am really looking forward to him getting some payback. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.